Disclaimer. All topics in this video are alleged and allegedly, and they are strictly for entertainment purposes only.
Y'all interviews better be on point because Jay know what he's doing.
Jay Evans, I do watch you. When you were doing your post about me, great job. Yeah, great job. I love you.
Ooh, Latrice.
Wait a minute, you did your research, honey. I love it. If I need any information on myself, I need to come ask you, Jay Evans.
Jay Evans, you know exactly what to say. Yes.
Hey, it's me, Jay Evans, reporting right here from Jackson, Mississippi. Now, Marie Monroe went live on Instagram to address a few things, but if you missed it, don't worry, I got you covered. Let's get it jumping like 4 new rims on a pre-owned Ford Mustang. Let's proceed.
I was very disappointed in this particular producer. It had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Carlos. It had absolutely nothing to do with him.
A lot of people saw a post that Marie made on Instagram and they started assuming or speculating that she was referring to Carlos King when she was talking about the producer. For those that did not catch it or don't know, let me give you the post.
Break me down because looking back at the show, I did not know that like half the girls were talking about my marriage. Like, I'm looking back at it like, oh my God, you know.
They were saying that?
Yeah, y'all were saying that. So your opinion, these allegations, which is why right now I have a lawsuit against Marie for defamation of character. Because we're not about to play those games. I'm going to stand on business.
Okay.
And big business, you won't keep my name out your mouth. And if you say something, it better be the truth.
Now, this is what Marie wrote underneath this same post. PSA, I stood on business, case dismissed. I took the high road and let God fight my battle. The malicious, frivolous, and meritless lawsuit filed against me was dismissed. I never lied. The conversation video shown was aired by the production company informing the world I was being sued. That's real story. There was no follow-up to this lawsuit being filed after it was dismissed, and my voice regarding this was never heard. Even after the case was dismissed, another lawsuit for the same matter was filed again to harass me. I was actually silenced on set about it to protect the image of others. It was swept under the rug and made hush-hush after it was concluded the case was dismissed. The story went away completely. When I was initially sued, I was silenced and had to show up to film with an active lawsuit against me, like there wasn't a real issue, making it a hostile work environment. Had I lost this case, there would have been story and air to make me look like a bully. I get the bad edits to come off as if I'm popping off for nothing. Great for entertainment. It's definitely for a great reason. Season after season, I've been lied on, antagonized, and triggered behind the scenes. And individuals run to the camera and cry victim. I understand the audience can only go on what's shown. So much happens off camera, such as me being harassed and bullied. And when the cameras start rolling, the audience don't understand why I have so much smoke to keep filing the same lawsuit against me over and over because of losing the first lawsuit is insane and bizarre. I have taken the fall in another situation in order to protect the integrity of the show, but not anymore. At this point in my life, I have nothing to prove to anyone. Now that my legal woes are behind me, I can continue to focus on building my healthcare empire. Only the truth will prevail. Peace and blessings.
And it's a lot to process. It's a lot to talk about. So when I received that, I instantly felt like, you know what? I have been silenced. I've been silent about it for the situation for so long. She had an opportunity to tell the world that, hey, I'm suing Marie. But I never had an opportunity to even respond or say anything about it. And I didn't say anything about it. And I felt like, you know what, when it happened, we were actually, when she served me the lawsuit, we were actually filming. And it was a very real, transparent moment. It was a real moment, raw moment when that happened. And I wouldn't say hurt about it. I was very upset about it. I was very upset about it. And again, like I said, we were filming, and one of the, the producers was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want that story. And I'm like, well, that's my story. Like, this is real. This is a real moment. Like, this is happening right now. I don't want to talk about other situations that's dealing with other people that's not related to me. I want to talk about what's happening with me. And I literally, I would never forget, in that particular scene, I literally lost it. I went ballistic that day. I went ballistic. And I was actually filming with Leticia that day when that happened. And I was very disappointed in this particular producer. It had nothing, absolutely nothing to do with Carlos. It had absolutely nothing to do with him, because if you're a business owner, you know you have the owner, and you have that, the owner have, for me, I have, directors and supervisors. But for some businesses, it may be, okay, you have Carlos and you have a team of producers who work in the field, who work and do their job. And it's up to them. They are responsible for getting story out of us. So for this particular person to shut me down and not allow me to be able to tell my truth and tell me what was happening in the moment, I felt like it was wrong. But I at that time, I didn't say nothing. And maybe I should have said something. I should have reached out to Carlos to let him know. But I just felt like in that moment, I handled the situation with that person. It was handled. And I left it alone. But after receiving the court documents from Latrice's legal team yesterday, that's what triggered me. That's what triggered me to say, you know what? I need to have a voice. I need to speak up. I need to let these people know what's happening, what's been going on with me in this situation. Because as a viewer, I'm sure when you all look at the TV screen, y'all see, okay, why is Marie so mad? Why is she so angry? Like, why is she, just going off on these people? Like, why? It just looks like I'm just going off and popping off for no reason, and I don't want to deal with her for, okay, if you are looking like for no reason, it's for every reason that I don't want to be in the room with her. Whenever I said I don't want to be in the room, I don't want to deal with her, it's because I know what's happening behind the scene, and you all don't see that. You all only go on what's shown. I get that. But I just want to be clear, very clear. Stop tagging me in y'all content over there on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Keep me out of that, because my situation, it has absolutely nothing to do with Sogucci's situation. So stop. So I'm telling you personally, from me, I was triggered yesterday by receiving the legal documents from the Latrice team. I wanted to have a voice. Yes, I had an issue with a producer at the time. I handled the situation. I dealt with it. It had nothing to do with Carlos. And all that shit y'all tagging me in about, the pay and contracts and what Gucci said, that's what she say. But for Dr. Marie Monroe, my contract, I got what I wanted from Carlos and his production company. I don't have any complaints about my pay. I don't. I told them what I wanted, and I got what I wanted. And it's up to y'all. I mean, and let's be clear. If you sign a contract with an employer or a contract with a contractor, you agree to the terms. You can read. You read the terms. You read the contract. It's up to you if you want to enter into that agreement. But once you sign it, you can't come back and say, well, I'm not getting paid enough, or I don't like the terms of the contract. Well, you signed it. Nobody forced us to sign it. Nobody forced nobody to sign a contract. I wasn't forced. I'm happy with what I get. I can't speak for, and I'm not discounting how nobody else feels, but I'm just saying, I asked for what I wanted in my contract. I'm happy with what I'm getting paid. So what she have going on, it don't have anything to do with me. So I want to be clear about that. Don't put me in what Sogucci got going on. And all the hostile, like, oh, here come Carlos King with another person that's on her. Stop. My situation has nothing to do with the situation over there, what Gucci talking about. I got my own situation. The timing, I get why y'all may feel that way because of the timing that I made my post, but I made my post for me because I was triggered by the email. Like I said, the email I received from Latrice legal team wanting me to zip about the situation. I hadn't signed none. I hadn't entered into nothing with them. I hadn't done anything, but it really pissed me off because I had an opportunity to tell my story, my side of the story.
That was some of the live where Marie addressed different things and cleared up some misconceptions. Also, if you missed the video that I dropped about Gucci and the Carlos situation, click in the description or the comments, and you can also go to, I have a couple of Belle Collective folders with me either discussing the show, reviews, or what's being talked about, and interviews that I've done with a couple of the Belles, and I will drop my review later on today. All right, y'all.